Hey guys, welcome back to the Free Spirit Flow Yoga channel. Thanks for showing up and flowing with me today. When you're ready to get started, lay down on your back and we will begin in our reclined butterfly. In this practice, we have a lot of stretchy and flowy movement to increase flexibility and relax your body and your mind. So settle in, close down your eyes, and let's start taking some deep breaths. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up your lungs and your belly, and hold your breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Feel the relief and lightness of your exhale. Let's take a few more of those full and deep breaths in, holding your breath for 5, and through your mouth, letting go. And blink open your eyes and bring your knees together and hug your knees up towards your navel. Use your hands to help move your knees and hips into a circular motion. Allow yourself to get lost in the feelings and sensations of your practice. Guide your knees back together. Hold on to your right knee and extend the left leg out onto your mat. Bring your right hand to the outer edge of your right foot into your half happy baby. Take a deep breath in and exhale, settle in. Let's add in a little movement with the right hand. Bring your right foot in and then extend and straighten your right leg away from you. So flowing here, right foot comes in, right knee bends, and then extend and send the right leg away. Now let's switch it up and flow through this on our other side. So bring the right leg in, left leg comes up to meet your right, and extend and rest your right leg onto the mat now. Open up your left leg into your half happy baby. Pause here for a moment. Deep breaths. And let's head into our little flow here in our happy baby. So left foot comes in and then extend and press your left foot away from you, stretching through the back of your left leg. Flow through this a few times just at your own natural rhythm. Let's get into one more space here on our backs. Bring your knees back in and up towards your chest. Open your arms to a T and let your legs rest over to your right as you look over the left arm. Take some long and deep breaths in here. Feeling the detoxifying, cleansing benefits of this twist. Bring your legs back up, bringing both hips back onto your mat. pause for a moment, give your legs a hug, and then let your arms fall open again and switch off to your other side. Take this time on your mat to listen, to feel and connect with the needs of your body. Stay for one more round of breath. Move your knees and legs back in for a hug and travel up into your tabletop. Let's flow here through a few rounds of our cat and cow. Hug your navel in. Take a deep breath as you dip your navel down. Really open through the front body. And as you breathe out, press into your palms. Curve your back body and look towards your navel. Breathing in, front body stretches. Breathing out, back body stretches. Take just a couple more of these. Land back in your table with me. Press into your left hand. Wave your right arm up for a mild twist. Let's add on. Kickstand the left shin behind you and send your right leg back for modified side plank. Wave your right arm towards the front side of your mat. And then roll and release back into table. Pull the right knee in. Let's switch it out now. Left arm waves up, mild twist. Right shin points behind you and step your left leg back into modified side plank. Pressing the hips forward, opening across the chest. Now wave your left arm forward and down, return back to your table. Now let's get into our first downward facing dog together. Tuck your toes, lift the hips, press into your palms, sending your heart towards your thighs. Relax your head and neck. Take a deep breath. Let's add in a mini wave here. Lift the heels, deep breath. And then bend the knees, sink your heels back onto your mat as you exhale. Inhale, heels lift. Breathe out, wave back, drop the heels down. One more time, really helping the backs of the legs open up. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, travel forward and come to the top of your mat for standing forward fold. Right away, half lift. Slide your hands up your legs. Roll your shoulders down your back. And then breathe out, fold forward. Two more of those. Half lift, flow up. Engage your abdominal muscles. And then breathe out, soften down. Last time. Let's hang out in our forward fold. You can bring your hands to opposite elbows and ragdoll here if you'd like. Let your upper body sway. Let the hips go from side to side a bit. And let your breath flow in and out. Release your hands down, root down through your feet, stand tall and wave your arms up. Take a deep breath and breathe out, arms wave out by your sides, forward fold over your legs. Halfway lift, deep breath in, palms to your mat, step back to your plank, and let's move through our vinyasa. So lowering down into chaturanga, untuck the toes, roll to the tops of the feet, press into the palms, open into upward dog. And tuck your toes under, send your hips back, downward facing dog. And deep breath in and out. Let's move through this once more, starting with our waves and down dog. Lift the heels, breathe out, lower the heels. 2 more times. Lift on the inhale, deepen and set the heels down. Last one. Deep breath in. On the breath out, step to the top of your mat. Let's take our half lift flow. Wave up into half lift. Breathe out, fold. Inhale and lift. Exhale and soften. One more time. Relax into your forward fold. Again, option to explore your ragdoll for just a couple of deep breaths. Release your hands to your mat. Stand tall on your inhale. Wave your arms up. As you breathe out, flow and fold forward. Open now into half lift. Hands to your mat. Step back to plank. Lower into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Deep breath in. And this time, hips to your heels. Let's settle and rest into a wide and hip opening child's pose here. Let your upper body rest between your legs and let your arms rest on your mat. Now that we are all warmed up, let's get into our main flow together. Lift your hips to table and tuck your toes. Release your hips back into downward facing dog. Let's start with the right leg. Send your right leg back into your tripod. Press into your palms as you reach your right toes up as high as you can. Bend your right knee and just illuminate that right hip space a little more. Big step forward, right foot where your right hand is, land in your low lunge. Wave your right arm up and open into your dragonfly twist. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, travel into pyramid. Hands frame your front foot and your front leg stretches. Let's flow these 2 spaces. Let your hips sink forward. Right arm waves open for your twist. And then easy flow back into your pyramid, straightening the front leg and stretching it out. One last time, flow forward and twist. Keep the core hugging in. Right shoulder blade down your back. And now release back into your pyramid. Hips sink forward now, hands on the inside of the right leg. Turn towards the long edge of your mat for side lunge. And we'll take a little side lunge flow, just heading to the back of the mat for side lunge, Skandasana, and then forward, letting your hands walk from one side of your mat to the other, or hands up to heart center, and just using your legs to get into this yummy stretch. Head towards the top of your mat, bend your front knee. Let's open into our side angle. Reach your left arm up towards the sky, and then you have the option to wrap your left arm behind your low back and reach for that right inner thigh. This really helps roll open the left shoulder, and it feels so good across the front body. Now wave and release both hands down on the inside of your right leg. Right arm reaches back and bring that left foot up so you can draw your left foot in close to your glutes and really experience that deep quad stretch. One more deep breath in, and as you breathe out, flow right into your seated half splits. So hips flow back and the front leg straightens, melting your upper body over your extended leg. That's our flow, guys. Just really stretchy, kind of simple and opening. Lunge into your front knee. Step back to plank, move through your vinyasa, and send your hips back into downward facing dog. Pause here, check in with body and breath. Now on your breath in, expanding the lungs, send the left leg back into your tripod. Bend your knee, open through the hip space. And take a gentle step. Left foot lands where your left hand is, moving into your low lunge. Wave and open the left arm, stretch across your front body. Left hand waves forward as you send your hips back into pyramid. Breathe in, hips move forward, open into your twist. Again, flow your hips back and fold. Twist, open, and connect. Land in your pyramid, soften and stretch. Now lunge forward, turn to your right this time for side lunge, your Skandasana. And we flow this space, just traveling to the front and back of your mat. Let your hips sink low. Let your heart shine forward. Let your shoulders relax down your back. Now head all the way to the top of your mat. Open into side angle. Right arm waves up. An option to wrap your right arm behind the low back. Relax your hips down, sink into this yummy hip stretch. Breathe in and out. Now wave your right arm up, twirl it down, turn your hips forward, sink into a deep lunge with your back knee on the mat. And left hand waves back to catch your right foot. Now draw your right foot in to really deepen into your quad stretch for a couple more breaths. Last posture of our flow, release your foot and head back into seated half splits. Find a little half lift and then fold over the left leg. Just let your upper body get really relaxed and heavy here. And flow forward into your lunge. Print your hands into your mat. Step back to plank. Low push up. Deep breath in for upward dog. Throw your head back. Roll over the toes and land in your dog. We are going through this flow just one more time together. So send your right leg back for tripod, reaching your right leg up. Now bend your right knee, open up the hip space and flow it forward. Land in your low lunge. Wave your right arm open for your dragonfly twist and release back into pyramid. Roll and flow open into dragonfly twist again. Hips back into pyramid. Breathe out. Push the hips back. Once more, twist and open. Final pyramid stretch, really exploring your edge. Let your hips move forward. Walk it to the left edge of your mat. And we'll take our flowing side lunges, moving the hips to the back of the mat and then to the front. Move all the way to the front of your mat for side angle, pressing into both feet, opening the arms, taking your lifted arm behind the low back, really opening the heart space here. One fluid motion, left arm waves to the front of your mat, hips turn forward, settle into a low lunge. Wave your right arm back and bind to your left foot. Breathe deeply. Release your bind. Wave your right arm forward. Send your hips back into your seated half splits. You have the option to move into your full splits with me by sliding your right leg forward and lowering your hips to the earth. Be okay with some discomfort. We don't want to cause pain in our body. Our discomfort is our transformation, our practice growing and changing, and our bodies opening and becoming more flexible. Slide the right leg back if you lowered. Step back into your plank. Move through your vinyasa and land in downward facing dog. Recenter with some deep breaths. let's move through this yummy flow once more. Take your left leg back into tripod. Explore your edge. Open up the hip space. And left foot to the front of your mat. Land in your lunge. Send your left arm up for dragonfly twist. And as you breathe out, flow the hips back and fold into pyramid. Again, hips sink in as you twist. Legs straighten and fold. Last time. Land in your pyramid. Now let's roll the hips forward. Turn to the right edge of your mat for Skandasana. And let's flow it here, moving to the front and to the back of your mat. Explore in different ways here. It might feel good to bring your heart closer to the earth, or point your toes as you stretch to one side, or lifting up your bent knees, heel as you flow. Move your hips forward. Now let's open into side angle. Wrapping the lifted arm behind your back. Breathe here. Release and rotate forward. Deep low lunge, back knee to your mat. And we take our bind, left hand to your right foot. So really finding that quad stretch for the last time. Release from your bind and move into your half splits or your full splits. Whatever you are being called to explore today. The thoughts, the feelings, and the sensations are all data and exploration that you can learn more about yourself from. If you got deep and low into your full splits, start to bring yourself back up into half splits. Step back into plank, and let's move through our final vinyasa of our practice. And this time, ending our vinyasa, sitting back on our heels in hero's pose. Take in a deep breath. Let it go. Wave your hands forward to the top of your mat and lower down onto your front body. Tent your fingers out by your sides in line with your shoulders. As you breathe in, open the front body into a little cobra lift. And breathe out, flow forward. Again, press into the fingertips, open up. And breathe out, flow and release. Now let's add on. As you lift up, roll one shoulder back at a time. And then release forward. Again, kind of like you're walking yourself up with your shoulders. You might get a lot of crunchy sounds, but in the end, it feels so good. Bring your hands back by your sides, lift your hips up to your table, and sit all the way down with me and bring your legs out in front of you. Extend your left leg towards the front of your mat. Place your right foot over the left leg and keep your right leg bent. Hug your right leg with your left arm and twist and turn to your right. Really hugging your knee in to experience the stretch through the right glute and the twist through your upper body. Take one more round of breath here. And turn forward. Send your right leg out. Bend your left knee. Step your left foot over the right leg. Turn to your left. Hug and twist. And just breathe and feel this gift of stretching that you're giving your body and mind. And turn forward. Extend out your left leg. Let's move into a seated forward fold. Waving your arms up, deep breath in. And breathe out, fold over your legs, reaching for the tops of the feet or the edges of your feet. Deep breath in. Let it go. I'll give you a few moments here to soften and relax into this forward fold. Take one more round of breath. Slow release. Roll your shoulders back up and over the hips. Bend into your knees. Hold behind the thighs and lower onto your back. Now step your feet behind your hips, feet hip distance apart. This will be our final active posture. First option is to explore your bridge. So you're going to lift your hips off the mat and you can clasp your hands underneath the low back to really illuminate that chest and shoulder opening. You also have the option, if it's in your practice, to move into your full wheel. Bring the hands behind the shoulders and lifting up your whole body for your back bend. Whatever option you choose to explore, let's take a few more rounds of breath. Wherever you are, slow lower down onto your back. Extend out your legs. Let your arms rest by your sides. Make any adjustments that you need to get as comfortable as you can. Close your eyes. Feel the relaxation and the happiness of your practice flowing through your body and your mind. Enjoy your relaxation for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to close your practice, take some deep breaths in. Center back into your body. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers, circle out your wrists. When you're ready to leave your mat, do so as if you're still in the flow and let your practice walk with you. Thanks again for flowing with me. I'm so glad you made it. Until next time, flow on and enjoy the journey.